Welcome. Today, I want to show you some really cool new features and hidden gems in Google Docs and Keep. Let's get started. The first thing I'd like you to do is to open Google Docs. There's three ways to get there. You can go to Drive and then to the New, scrolling down and choose the Google Doc icon. Alternatively, you can go to the waffle and choose Google Docs from the icon there. Or you can just go straight from the web, docs.google.com. See you there. A couple of terms to know is Google Docs and Template Gallery. The Google Docs is just a web-based word processor, and the Template Gallery is the first place that you land when you open up Google Docs. Let's look at the Template Gallery together. Recently, there have been a lot of new templates added to the template gallery. To look at more templates, you can click here on the little arrows right there. And when you click on that, you will see a whole slew of new templates that you probably haven't seen before. When you find one that's interesting and you click on it, it changes your gallery view. Now I would like you to take a little bit of time to explore. You can pause this video. I would like you to do two tasks to do with the gallery. I would first like you to click to explore some of the new templates. Next, I would like you to notice how your gallery view changes after you've clicked on some of those new templates. When you have finished these two tasks, start the video. Once you create a new document or open one, the first menu you see is the File menu. In the File menu, you can scroll all the way down to Page Setup and look at Page List Format. Page List Format says that there's no page boundaries, so it's great for enhancing collaboration on really large documents. The other feature that I'd like to show you is the Approvals. It's a feature that streamlines the process of getting feedback and sign off on important documents. When new features show up in the menus, you can see that they have a blue dot next to them. And then when you click on the arrow next to that blue dot, you can see the word new. So that's one way to tell if it's going to be a new feature. Look for those blue dots and then expand the menu with the little arrow to see what's new. So new in Docs is you can go to right here and do a new document from here and even open from a new template. You can also click over here to look at the approvals. The approvals button then opens and then you can click to make a request for approval. Down below is the page setup. Page setup is where you can choose to make your document pageless. Are you ready to try it out? I would like you to create a new doc if you haven't already. Put your doc in pageless format and then click on the approvals and explore this feature. When you're ready to continue, click the pause button to continue. The insert menu of Google Docs has probably taken its biggest overhaul. You can use smart chips to add interactive elements into your doc. You can also type in the @ symbol to quickly add something like a timer or a voting chip. You can use customizable blocks, such as building blocks, so that you can add those things directly into your doc that you're using all the time. In addition, making it even more powerful for your organization is the use of an e-signature directly within Google Docs. You can also organize a very large document with document tabs. Up here, you can see that the table menu has changed where you can expand it, and then you'll see building blocks specifically for tables. Over here too, there's another building block here. So just notice that there's two building blocks. This one has a different menu, also new features, and the table has its own building block menu. Also down here, you can see tabs. You can add tabs to your document, making navigation Even easier, if you want your clients to be able to skip through a certain section, you can just add a table. You would click on the three dots next to the tab to rename it and give it a certain name. You can look at your e-signature and add that to your document as well, and then you can decide which fields your e-signature needs. Does it need a new full signature or just initials? You can add whichever fillable fields that you want to add to your signature. Pause the video and try some of this stuff out on your Google Doc. Use the @ symbol to add a 5-minute timer to your doc. Create one document tab and rename it Notes. Insert a task tracker. Insert an e-signature field just for initials. Last, jot any notes about what you've learned so far in your doc. The Format menu in Google Docs is all about customizing your doc to your personal styles. You can do things such as strike through or uppercase, title case in text. You can set your personal preference for paragraph styles and lines, paragraphs, columns, all kinds of things that you want to set just for your preferences. In addition, you can switch to pageless format, as well as switching back to pages format. So if you're in pageless now, I want you to explore what happens when you switch to pageless. Notice that when you are in pages format, you can see page numbers. But when you switch to pageless, you no longer have page numbers because it's pageless, meaning that it's one continuous document without being separated into pages. For this task, I want you to switch your pages format. So remember that in File Page Setup, we could start our document and set your page to pageless or pages. But in the Format menu, you can switch it also. You can switch back and forth between pages and pageless at any time. Then, if you're in pages format, I'd like you to format page numbers. And you can play around with what position you want it to be in. For example, you can position it on the footer and show on the first page and start at number 1. Switch back to pageless and notice that the page numbers disappear. Google Keep, the note-taking app, lives in the sidebar of Google Docs. It actually lives in the sidebar of Gmail, Docs, Slides, Sheets, and Calendar. Since Google Docs is a note-taking app, it is organized via labels. So you would want to categorize your labels to quickly find them, and then you can add them to your Google Doc. On the sidebar, you will click on the icon for Google Keep, and then click on the arrow to expand the Google Keep note in its own tab. That way you'll have enough room on your screen. You can then take your note. Choose which kind of note you want to take. Do you want a list? Do you want a drawing? Or do you want to add an image? At the bottom of your note, you can see this menu bar. You can add a reminder, a collaborator, a color. Here's your image menu right there again. You can click on the 3 dots in order to add a label to find your note again, and you can even add it to a doc from these 3 dots. Let's try this out. From the right-hand sidebar, click to create a new note. Add a drawing to your note. At the bottom, add color to it, add a label to organize your note, and then add this note to the doc that you created. In summary, Google Docs is a very powerful word processing application, and Google Keep is kind of like your little buddy to help you create that fantastic word processing document. What are your takeaways? How are Docs and Keep related? How will you use what you learned? Don't forget to stop and add any additional notes to your doc. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.